So it's like you know how to sell.
I like to sell. Yes, I know how to sell. I can easily convince you to do something.
Really? Then maybe I will do another different episode another time.
I think my
on how to sell.
Yeah, I think my Twitter page is obvious that I can convince you to farm. I tell you things that would excite you.
You to farm.
I told them they can make 25k every week. Farm, and everybody got excited. And it's not as if I'm lying, it's the truth.
Really? A week?
Yeah, every week.
25k?
Yeah, it's possible.
In pepper farm?
Yes. In the peppers I grow.
Which pepper do you grow?
Habaneros.
Hello, my lovely viewers. Today I'm bringing you another episode, and you see the gentleman nicely dressed here, but it will amaze you that he's a great farmer. And you might be wondering, why am I bringing you more videos on farming? But for now, in this economic situation in which we find ourselves, and for a country to be strong, its backbone is agriculture. And we see so many young people finishing school and they don't know what to do. But meanwhile, the agriculture sector have so many opportunities there. And I happen to meet this gentleman who happens to be a farmer, and we want to know why he has gone into farming. A graduate, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so welcome to today's episode.
Thank you.
Yeah, please, your name?
My name is Michael Donko.
Michael Donko.
Michael Donko. Lenny.
Okay.
Lenny, so it's a local name, so they call me Lenny.
Lenny. Yeah. Oh, okay. From which institution?
I went to Legon. I went to school in Legon.
You went to school in Legon? Yeah. Oh, okay. So, and we are shooting this video in Legon.
Yeah, in Legon.
Wow, that's interesting. So, you are into farming?
Yes.
Why farming?
It affords me peace.
What?
Yeah, it affords me peace.
It gives you peace?
Yeah.
Why?
You know, most of us live in the city with all the noise, just as you could hear in the background.
Okay.
You go onto the farm and then you are all alone, just having a quiet time with crops.
Crops.
It's interesting. People don't believe it when we say we have conversations with crops, but we actually have conversations with crops.
Wow, this is mind blowing.
How you treat your crops, the way you treat your crops.
So you mean you talk to the crops?
And not necessarily talk to them, but there are various ways of talking to people. Sign language for the people who
can't making sure you read them, you make sure you phone them. Wow, exactly. Wow, this is quite interesting. Okay, so what did you study in Legon?
No, I studied political science largely, and then I minored philosophy.
Political science, and you minor in philosophy.
Yeah.
So meaning that the agriculture in which you are into have nothing to do with what you've studied?
In school?
No. So why this diversion?
I read science when I was in SHS. I went to Bishop Eyramax.
Okay.
My dad used to be an accountant for Ministry of Food and Agri.
Okay.
My mom had rice farms. So
your mom have rice farms?
Yeah, she had rice farms. Now she doesn't grow rice again.
Okay.
She's old.
Okay.
So I grew up on the rice farm. My big brothers didn't really stay at home with us all the time. School and go out work and all of this. So I ended up being the farm guy. If mom needs any help on the rice farm, I go to the rice farm. Sometimes I ended up sleeping on the rice farm for weeks.
Really?
Just taking care of the growth of the rice. So I think I developed the interest of farming from them.
So does it mean that the degree you had is a waste or what?
I wouldn't tell you it's a waste. I think that we overly emphasize going to university to go to school and just go and get a job.
Okay.
I don't think since I finished school in 2017, I've not put in any application.
You've not put in any application? Why?
I didn't look for a job. After national service, I began to actively farm. I was farming even before national service, but after national service, I started to actively get involved in the farm.
Wow.
So, and already was benefiting way before after national service, so I didn't think there was the need.
So till now, you've not put in any application?
No. If any company thinks I had, they should tell me if I did.
Wow. Interesting. My lovely viewers, this is quite mind-blowing that somebody who has studied political science, so that means you're supposed to be in politics.
If that is what it is, then I should be.
But you are doing yours in the agriculture
yes,
sector.
I'm doing my politics with
the crops.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. So now let's shift from the school side. Or is it because of people story you've heard of struggling to get a job that has made you to quickly switch into the agriculture, or you just saw an opportunity there and you decided to stay there?
Honestly, I wouldn't say it was because of people struggle to get jobs, even though that would be a factor, especially being Ghanaian.
Okay.
And growing up in our times now.
Okay.
That would be a factor, but it wasn't really the main thing for me. Like I said, my mom grew rice.
Okay.
I knew what it was worth.
Okay.
I was actively involved in my mom's rice farm. I was part of the growing and the business aspect as well. So I got to know quickly what agriculture could do for a person. And I have met quite a number of people who were not educated like me, who are not going to the university yet, have a lot of properties just farming.
From farming.
And I have met friends whose parents were farmers and still came to Legon and did better than me, whose dad was an accountant.
But this is quite mind-blowing that a whole graduate, a university graduate, having degrees, and not just from any institution but Legon, decide to go into farming. But we see farmers to be poor. We see them in dirty clothes. Because if somebody is still watching you right now and will be like, why should you choose going to look for a job, work in an office, nice body like this, but you decided to spend it in a farm?
Well, about farmers wearing dirty clothes, we can't wear white shirts on the farm. But even now,
we wear
white shirts in the farm. In the greenhouses, I don't know if you know Charles and Alex. And
yeah, I've heard of. Yeah, I know Charles.
In the greenhouse, we wear white shirts. There was a time I had the opportunity to visit one of the greenhouses, and Charles and Alex's man.
Okay.
And Kofi was the one who took me there. And it was so neat. I didn't even break a sweat. Like, it was neat.
Nicely.
It's a greenhouse. Like, it was perfect. It was like somebody's house.
No dust.
No dust. Nothing. It was clean. You can wear a white shirt. So for us wearing dirty clothes, especially on the open field, obviously we deal more with dirtiness.
Okay.
So obviously we wear dirty clothes, but I'm a farmer. I'm not dirty right now.
So with science and technology, you can still go into farming and still look like somebody who is working in a corporate institution.
That's what we are trying to champion. That's what I think most of the young farmers, especially the graduate farmers, have decided to do. It's extremely very difficult to use your physical strength to do a large scale farm.
Okay.
My pepper farm right now is about 6-7 acres, and there's no way.
Almost 7 acres.
Yeah, I think 6-7 acres.
Pepper.
Yes, peppers. And I don't think I can physically use my hands to form beds and plow.
Yeah.
We can't do that. But we have machinery.
Okay.
So it makes the work a lot easier. And once we begin to understand that now farming has become more of science, then people who are graduates would understand that it is for us now. It's not for the secluded people. No, it's not for a particular kind of people. It's not a dirty job.
And it's not for the old people in the village.
Exactly. Even the old people now are beginning to understand what irrigation is.
Wow.
So you can understand that they even hold more advantage than you, because they've had they have had experience over the years,
Okay.
and they are trying to chip in what you are bringing
Okay.
to beat them.
Okay.
So, for instance, me having irrigation would help me beat an old farmer.
An old farmer.
But then the old farmer is now adopting my irrigation. So he's miles ahead of me, and I'm willing to learn on people like that.
Wow, that's interesting. So now, how much did it really take you to start the pepper farm?
I didn't start the pepper farm alone. That was the point.
Okay.
I used to do ginger.
Okay, ginger. What, you got the idea from John Dumelo or what?
I think I started to do ginger.
Wow.
Maybe he started, maybe he just didn't put it out. But when John Dumelo actually was putting ginger out, I was already my 4th year.
So, 4th year in ginger?
When John Dumelo was started to put on Twitter, maybe that's when I started to notice it.
Okay.
So if he was farming before then, no,
you don't know. Okay.
John is, all of us are big brother.
Yes. I'm looking forward to meet him and have.
I hear he's an interesting person.
Yeah, I want to meet him. I want to meet Alex too, and Kofi.
Oh, I could make that one possible for him.
Good.
Alex, Charles, Kofi,
and
Mami Danswa, Prince.
I want women in Agric too, or even women in tech.
Mami Danswa is great.
Wow, that's great. So, my lovely viewers, Michael is going to pull the strings for us to meet all these people, and they are going to share with us how they have started their business in agriculture.
So for those 4 people, yes, I can.
Wow, that's good. Thank you very much. So now let's come. You know, one major problem of we the graduates or the youth of today is how much to start a business is our problem. How to raise the capital is the problem. And even starting, we all assume we want to start big. You understand me? How do we, or they are listening to you, how did you raise the money? How did you start?
So like
from the scratch?
So like I said, I was farming ginger.
Okay.
But I didn't have financial help from anyone, was me.
Okay.
No financial help from my dad. It wasn't because he didn't want to give me, I didn't ask.
You didn't ask?
Not everyone in my house believes I could be a farmer. Honestly, I was the laziest in the house. I'm all about playing football, reading books. I read books a lot.
That's good.
So I'm all about playing football and reading books, If it's farm time, it was rice that I took interest because of crabs.
Okay.
And the fact that my favorite auntie comes to the farm. So because she will come, I'll go.
Okay.
Yes. So
your auntie is your motivator?
Yes.
Yes.
She's my motivator going to the rice farm.
Okay.
Not my mom, or not even the farm itself.
Okay.
So I went there, I realized it was a lot more than just my auntie.
Okay.
I started to take my friends along to the rice farm and all.
Okay.
And national service was where I actually saved enough to do farm.
Okay.
At the time, again, I always say I'm a bit privileged because even during national service, my mom will still gather foodstuffs for you.
Okay.
When she's coming to visit my little sister in Mauko,
okay,
she still brings me some because I'm close by.
Oh, okay.
My dad used to be at Keta at the time.
Okay.
He comes to do this returns accounting stuff at Ho.
Okay.
And I time him. Once he's in Ho,
okay,
I have to get to Ho and get pocket money.
So
okay. I just take
so you were taking national service
exactly
from mommy and from daddy too as well.
Yeah. So
but the national service money. By then, how much were you being paid?
559.
559.
Yeah.
So you were saving the 559. And depending on
the 559, I was always taking 50 cedis and giving to my mom.
Okay.
It was something I said I would do.
Okay.
Because my mom didn't really have friends, but people who live in our house always told my mom, oh, when he starts to work, you'll be the one you benefit from. Because we were very close. So I didn't want to
make it look like
I wouldn't give her. So the 50 cedis wasn't enough. But I just felt like if I start like this, I'll continue.
Okay.
So I started like that. So I only took 50 cedis out of my national service money.
Wow. So to you out there who is thinking about how to raise money, during your national service, even if you're a student and you're on campus and you have this projection of running your own business or becoming an entrepreneur, one way to raise money is the money given to you, you spend some and save some. Right.
True.
Okay.
But again, for me, way before that, I have always been in the business.
Okay.
Like, it's not big businesses, but petty ones.
Okay.
We are in school, obviously. People will need shoes.
So you were selling shoes on campus?
I wasn't having a lot of shoes. What I used to do was, my friends who wanted sneakers, I would be the footballer. I'll go to camp, bring the shoes, sometimes add a little bit.
Okay.
They give me their money, but I'll buy another one with their money, sell to them. So progression. So I met Apia at camp, and Apia, we became friends, trusted. So if you give me shoes, I sell, bring him the money. They're my cousins. But because we basically like grew up in the same house, I call them my sisters.
Okay.
They went to school in China.
Okay.
Then they told me how cheap things were in China and how easy they could get new stuff to Ghana.
Okay.
So I gave them some money. I think at the time I gave them 1,600. And I got about 30 pairs of shoes, heels.
From just the 1,000?
Yes, 1,600.
1,600.
And
okay.
It involved transportation,
shipping, everything.
Yeah, it was 1,600. When I was in level 4, I think 2016, 2017, thereabout.
Wow.
And then 5 bags with jeans. So I started to sell those.
Okay.
There was this girl called Salma. She wasn't my friend, it was a friend's friend.
Okay.
She came to do the pricing and everything.
Wow.
And then it was heels, so she got her friends. And in less than a week, I sold all of those shoes.
And you got your money and got the profit back.
Yes.
So meaning that even though you were learning, you were doing business too as well.
Political science afforded me this chance.
Okay, interesting. So I believe as you are listening to him, you are picking something from it. Whether you are working, whether you are a student, you should be doing 2 things or 3 things that should be giving you money.
Yeah, it's important to have outlets that bring you
money,
extra money. You may not necessarily be making tons of money, but the little one you get, it got to a point. It wasn't even about getting a lot of money. I'm excited when I render a service.
Okay.
My friends realized it and they took advantage of it. So one time there was this friend of mine who brought cupcakes. The sister bakes cakes. They were the nicest cakes I've ever eaten.
Wow.
Those cakes were really nice. So he brought them in. The sister was running a promotion. So I was supposed to sell them, add my own share, and then take it out. I started to sell them. In less than an hour, I had sold like 20 pieces. Then I started, and it was just my blog. Like I used to be at TF. So I sold just in my hall, and I had finished selling in less than 2 hours. And I made like, I made like 500 in 2 hours. So he asked us to start doing more. And I was happy because after class, I can go around and sell cupcakes. And people realize, oh, he sells cupcakes. So they keep calling, can I get cupcakes? Can I get? So I didn't need to even go out again. I didn't even sell cupcakes beyond my hall, was inside. So I was making bits of money. Then I met another friend, a girl. She used to go to UDS at the time. She was doing this fashion and design. Okay. So she sews crop tops for ladies. Okay. So what I did was, my mom is a trader. She's a petty trader. So she sells clothes. Okay. You know. So she goes to Accra to buy them. So I follow her often to Accra. So I can buy you quality clothes. I know the
which ones? Okay.
I know Holland. I know all of them. So I went there to buy the clothes and I sent it to her at the north. So she sews it. So my investment is me buying the clothes. She sews. I sell. I give her a cut of how much she sews one of the dress. Okay. So I was selling crop tops in school. I was making cool money. So I had done so.
So it's like you know how to sell.
I like to sell. Yes, I know how to sell. I can easily convince you to do something.
Really? So, then maybe I will do another different episode another time.
I think
on how to sell.
Yeah, I think my Twitter page is obvious that I can convince you to farm. I tell you things that would excite you.
It's you too far.
I told them they can make 25K every week.
Every
Pepper farm, and everybody got excited. And it's not as if I'm lying, it's the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
A week?
Yeah, every week.
25K?
Yeah, it's possible.
In pepper farm?
Yes. In the peppers I grow.
Which pepper do you grow?
Habaneros. I grow habaneros.
Is it a big one like the pakoshito?
They are like pakoshito, but they are yellows. They have
the yellow
colors.
Okay, we have various colors.
You have white, black, orange, pink, green.
Really?
Yellow.
We have pink too.
Oh yeah. I saw the pink one at I think I should try it in somebody's house. She didn't grow a lot of them.
Wow.
They're very small.
Okay, we are coming to the crops. So this is how you raise the money.
Yeah.
It wasn't a huge sum of money, but it was an accumulated of various businesses or various streams of income that you accumulated to start a farming. So when you were starting the ginger farm, how much did you really use?
At the time, I did it on only just, I think 3 plots.
3 plots of land?
Yes, and at the time I bought a bag of ginger for 200 cedis. I think 150.
150. So a bag of ginger is 150.
And we needed 3 for one of those plots.
Okay.
So that was 9.
Okay.
Yeah, so like 450.
So it's not a huge amount of money.
I think I used less than 2,500.
Less than 2,500 to start 3 plots of your first ginger farm. And how many sacks did you get from it?
The first one was not very great because I wasn't very experienced in it.
Okay.
And the guy who was supposed to help me, he had other things to do, so
he was not giving you that attention.
And I was actually still grateful for most of the things he taught me.
Okay.
On my journey, in as much as he stole from me later on.
Wow.
He stole 2 acres of my ginger.
How?
He was the one who helped me in my farm. So he knew when we planted. So it got to a point I started to expand my ginger farm. So now I have about 14 acres of ginger.
14 acres
of ginger.
Wow.
And harvested. So if you want a lot, I can give you right now.
My lovely viewers, wherever you are in Ghana, in Africa, you can export, right?
If the person wants it exported, we just check aflatoxins and everything for the person and we can.
Okay, good. So wherever you are and you want ginger, what's the name of your farm?
Lenny Farms.
Lenny Farms is ready to ship to you or transport to you or export to you ginger wherever you are. He has other crops. We'll be talking about other crops too as well. So you say you have 14 acres?
Yeah, now, but with my friends.
With your friends?
Yeah.
So that means you partner with some people?
It wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary to partner, but I think it was necessary to help.
Okay.
It was necessary to get a lot of young people.
Okay, on board.
Farm.
Okay.
Yes. Some of them spoke to me. Oh, I hear you are a farmer. I want to farm. Can you help me? I said, okay. What do you want to do? Oh, you do ginger. So I want to do ginger. I was like, okay.
Okay.
So this is what we have to do.
Okay.
So from the beginning, I had 3 partners, 2 partners, Sheriff.
Okay.
We all grew up on the same lane, playing football and all at Buche.
Okay.
Then for Mount Femo, I met him in Legon, my final year.
So he's also solely into farming?
No, Mount Femo is a banker. He works for commercial bank. And Sheriff sells stamps.
Oh, okay.
So we are different people.
Okay.
So I'm basically the one who is always on the farm.
On the farm, making sure everything is
fine. But so we work ourselves on the farm. We don't only employ labor. The farm is big. We would obviously employ labor. But we work ourselves on the farm now. Okay,
that's good. That's good. So now we are coming to land acquisition, which is another area most of the graduates or the youths or people, somebody who wants to go into agriculture, he will ask that, where is the land? Where can I get the land? How did you acquire the land?
For me, again, I'm from the OT region.
Okay.
And that is a farming region.
Okay.
My dad works at Hohoe. Okay. My mom came from Lulubi. So accessing land wasn't very difficult for me, but I didn't ask any of them for land the first time.
Okay.
I trust my friends a lot. I trusted that they would get me a land. So
Okay.
I spoke to my first friend, the KK.
Okay.
He led me to getting a land to grow ginger.
Where? So where is the ginger farm?
So I have my ginger farms are scattered around. I have a ginger farm at Eyramax, all in the Oti region though.
Okay.
So Eyramax, at Kokantumi, at Silipe Nkwanta, and inside Hohoe.
Wow.
So 4 different places.
4 different places. So if we want to go into the ginger farm, we need to go to all the way Oti region.
Those are the people who know how to do it. The Just Kind people, the KJB people, the Likwe people. They know how to grow gingers.
Really?
I think most of the gingers you eat is from that place.
Wow, I never knew.
And most of the ginger people eat. When you see cars carrying lots of ginger, they are from us. We give people ginger to eat.
Wow. So today we've discovered that. Do I say 100% of the ginger or 70%?
70. Let's give it a 70-80.
Okay, 70-80% of the ginger Ghanaians are consuming. Even those ones that are being exported are coming from Oti region area. Wow.
Yeah. So when there's this guy Agrobatin, if I'm right, that's a business.
Okay.
There are mainly people who grow ginger for people like, I wouldn't say people like you, but people who have money and can't actively go into the farm. So you contract them, they look for the farm, they get labor, you pay them for services.
Okay.
You don't split 30%. No. They grow for you, you pay them for their services. And then
you take, so you can take your 100%.
Yeah.
All you need is to pay for them. They are a company.
Yes.
That if you need agri services,
they do for you.
They do for you.
For ginger, I know they do that for ginger and cocoa.
Ginger and cocoa.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
If you follow Ephoserium, Ephoserium on Twitter.
Okay.
Here now, very good friends. If you want to speak to me, get this speak to me.
Oh, that's going to be great. So I'm interested in this company.
Agrobat. Yeah.
The Agrobat. So they are also graduates who have finished school and decided to come together or to create a business just to provide agri services.
Yes, I think Sam was a nurse, but he quit. If he wasn't a nurse, then he was working for Ghana Health Service, but something related to the health, and then he quit and started.
So if an investor right now is having his money and doesn't know where to put it, he can call on these people.
That go back. I can vouch for Sam.
Give the money to them, and they'll look for the land, cultivate whatever crop, and they'll be giving you a return.
Everything.
That's great. We need to leave their credentials, or maybe first of all we talk to them. And
yes, but Sayam, if we say I'm on Twitter, he's ever ready to speak to you.
He's ever ready. That's good. That's good.
Contact FOCM. He'll tell you we are just gisting until we make payment.
That's good. So now your friends got you the land.
Yes.
How much did it cost you?
You see, in the OT region, they know how much ginger was worth. Only that now, I think the prices have come down. Only that the prices have come down now, but they know what it was worth. So they give you 112 square a plot for 100 cedis, which means that you are going to get an acre for 900 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they know how important or how worth ginger is. So because of that, the value of the land they'll give you per the crop.
Exactly.
Wow.
Because they know how much you can make from that one plot when the ginger goes well.
So these 14 acres of ginger, how much did you invested into it?
I may not necessarily be able to tell you how much, because most of the ginger I planted there were gingers from my farm.
Okay.
So I didn't buy.
So estimated.
So we plant 3 bags of ginger on each plot, so that's 27 on an acre.
Okay.
So if you're having 14, so that'll be 27 times 14. So 27, 14, 28, 2, 8, 10, so about 100 and 1,000 or something bags.
Wow.
For the 14. Okay. And all of those we didn't buy, they all came from our previous farm.
So projection, these 14 acres in monetary value, how much is it?
So I think how much it will give you in return?
Yes. Projection.
Okay.
It should be within a range.
Yes, so let me do a quick math.
Okay.
Let's say I get 10 bags on each plot.
Okay.
So if I should get 10 bags on each plot.
10 bags from each plot.
Yes. So
meanwhile, you put 3 bags into a plot.
Yes. So
but you're going to get 10.
So I'm saying people actually get more than 10. There was this farmer, old man. He's been farming ginger all his life. That man is capable of getting 27 bags on
per plot.
Yes.
27 bags.
Yes. He's done it before. I've seen it before. I used to buy ginger from him for sale.
Wow. So meaning that 3 bags.
Yes.
Your average is 10. But this old man can
I'm still learning, so he can. He told me, he was like, you can see a ginger farm with a lot of grass, ginger on it, but very small. You can see it, and he's been teaching. But you know, those people, because they are not very educated, you would have to experience. Exactly.
Okay, so it's more or less like you are learning and you're experimenting.
So I go to him as when he's planting, I go to help him plant for free without charging because I would learn.
Okay.
And Sayam is a monster when it comes to doing gingers. I don't know anything when it comes to gingers.
But Sayam is a monster.
Yeah.
I look forward to meet you and see how you could be.
When it comes to ginger, Sayam is way ahead of me.
Wow.
Way ahead of me.
So this is just even ginger we are talking about. So if
so we're saying 10 bags on a plot, so it means 90 bags on an acre. It could be more, so you could get 100, more than 100. So you can even put on an average 100 bags on an acre.
Wow.
So times 4, it turns out like 1,000. 100 bags on an acre. And so you could make it.
Just do the math and see how much you're getting. So for how long does ginger, when you plant it, for how long does it take?
It should be between 7 to 8 months, but we leave ours for a year. The reason is that I transplant again my same ginger that I grow. And when you have a ginger that's grown over a year, the viability is better.
You transplant the same ginger you are harvesting into another field.
Yeah.
You take a portion of it. So not necessarily going to buy.
We don't sell seeds for ginger. We sell rhizomes for ginger.
Wow.
So we take ginger. Ginger grows in bags. I should have brought a ginger.
Okay.
Ginger grows in bags. So we just break along the bags and we plant that. So you can have one, just a ginger, like one ginger like this, and you can get 5 or 6 parts from it to grow.
Wow.
That's how ginger is grown.
Interesting. I think this but okay, let me reserve that question. It will come later. So this is just ginger farm. Which other crop are you into?
I grow habaneros, like I said earlier.
Okay.
Largely.
Okay.
I'm actively growing habaneros now.
Okay.
Then I grow the rest. I don't grow them for commercial purposes, but it ends up being commercial. I grow tomatoes, but I always grow nothing more than 1,000 seeds of tomatoes.
Not less than 1,000.
Not less or more than 1,000. It should just be 1,000.
It should just be 1,000. Yeah. Why?
I honestly grow tomatoes just for my house, but 1,000 sticks of tomatoes, you can imagine, we can't consume it.
You can't consume it.
So you end up
selling some.
And people who work on the farm, so I grow watermelons.
Okay.
For eating on the farm. So once you work on my farm, you have the freedom to eat watermelon as much as
you don't sell it.
No, I don't sell watermelon, but I sell melons.
I don't understand.
We have melons are different from watermelons.
Okay, explain.
Inside of watermelon is red. Melons are yellow.
Melons are yellow.
Yeah, inside of melons are yellow.
Wait, so we have watermelon and we have melon.
Yes. So I grow the type of melons I grow is Caribbean Heart.
Okay.
It's a variety.
Okay.
It's sold by Holland Green Tech Ghana.
Oh, okay.
It's a one seed.
Oh, okay.
So I grow Caribbean Heart for melons, and I grow Baronessa and Columbia for watermelons.
Oh, okay.
So those ones are supposed to be eaten, but again, we can't consume them because I grow at least 1,000 seeds of melons and 1,000 seeds of watermelon, we can't finish it.
Eating. So you are compelled to sell some.
So we are compelled to sell. And the good thing is we do them when it's harmattan, when there's no water. We go with irrigation. So there's still markets for it either way.
So the melons and the watermelon, where is it located?
So they are all on my pepper farm at Akuse.
Akuse. Okay.
I always make space for a garden.
Okay.
So inside my garden, I still grow peppers because the peppers on the field are for sale.
So how did you acquire the Akuse land? You bought it?
Kofi, the agronomist, he works for Holland Green Tech Ghana.
Okay.
He was my agronomist when I first had my pepper farm. My very first pepper farm was in Lolobi.
Oh, okay.
When we got here, I was talking to you about it earlier.
Yeah.
My first pepper farm was in Lolobi. And Kofi always travels from Accra to Lolobi to take care of my crops.
Wow.
So Kofi and I became more like brothers than friends. So I see him often than any other farmer does.
Oh, okay.
He's an agronomist. He doesn't stay at one place. He roams. It will be very difficult to catch Kofi to have an interview with him. If you get Kofi, maybe on a Monday, and if you come to my farm, you find him.
You find him. Then I have to visit you on Monday so that I can catch him.
Yeah, you can catch Kofi. On Monday on the farm, you catch him.
Wow, interesting. So he was able to help you to acquire the land.
So the thing about getting the land at Akuse was that there is this friend of mine, Augustine, on Twitter. He's been Kweku.
Okay.
He came to my farm.
Okay.
At Lolobi.
Okay.
He comes from Lolobi.
Okay.
But he's not a home child. He's not grown over there.
Okay.
So he came. He was like he wanted to visit my farm.
Okay.
He's thinking about farming himself, but he's been growing cabbages. It didn't go well.
Okay.
I said okay, he can come. So I took him to the farm, and he said he spoke to a guy on Twitter or Facebook, and the guy said he could get him a land at Akuse. And the exciting thing about Akuse is that they have canals.
Okay.
The water is free. Nkrumah dug canals for us for a very long time, and nobody pays for water bill in Akuse. Like for the canal water, nobody uses it.
Okay.
And it's largely used to grow rice, but they have farmland that could grow other vegetables.
Okay.
It's just that Akuse land is very hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, extremely. I think it's the hardest land in the world. Yeah, so you could Google it. Akuse series. Very, very, very stubborn.
Wow.
So I went to visit his land. I saw the canal and I got excited. I said, oh, I will farm there. Coupled with the machines I saw. So in the Volta region, one of the problems the farmers have is machinery. We don't have it.
Okay, that's another area which we'll be talking about.
So we don't have it. So
you don't have the machines
in the Volta region.
In the Volta region.
But in Akuse, if Akuse is part of the Volta region, then that's fine. We have machines
but
in Akuse, but not
in the upper part.
And all those places. We don't have them.
Okay.
Like that. So I saw all of this. I said, oh, I'll farm here. So I was going to grow just an acre of pepper. Then I decided to make it 2. Then a friend of mine, Hartwell, he's always been, when we're even in Lagos, he's always been, can we do a rice farm together? Can we? I was like, I'm not really a big fan of partner, but well, the guy has persisted. He's tried. Okay. So let me give him a
try.
So I said, okay, then let's make it a 3-acre farm. Then somebody came along. Oh, I want you to grow peppers for me. I'll buy all of them off take. Sign contracts. So how many acres do you want? Say 30 acres. I was like, okay, if you're ready to farm 30 acres, I'll farm it for you. But if you expect me to farm 30 acres,
no.
Ghanaians don't respect contracts.
Okay.
Ghanaian business people don't respect contracts. You could sign a contract when the person wants.
Even offer
you go to court, you go back and forth and all of that. I'm not interested in going back and forth with anyone. So.
Okay.
I told the person I could only go 7 acres. And even at the time, I would not have been able to go 7 acres. So, my auntie, I stayed with one of my aunties at Mbochi before I moved to my own place.
Okay.
And she's about going on retirement. And I was like, oh, I wanted you to grow ginger for me. Or would you grow ginger for me? I was like, why not? You've taken care of me, you gave me a roof, so why not?
Yeah.
So I started to go for her. And she was like, even your pepper, if I get out. I said, okay, I'll do it for you. So she went straight. She wanted to do 3 acres. I was like, this woman, oh, let's do it small. She doesn't understand because she feels she's not the one going to do the farm.
Okay.
I am the one, so I have experience, and there is Kofi,
Mm-hmm.
so it's fine. I agree, but I told her we would stagnate it.
Mm-hmm.
So she has an acre. So with her, Hatsu and me, we had 4 acres already.
Okay.
Now my other partners were like, you can't leave us out.
Mm-hmm.
So we had an extra acre,
Okay.
so it was 5. Then I said, okay, I'll do another extra acre. So it became 6. Then there was this guy, this FBA guy who also wanted to do.
Okay.
So I did an acre for him, so it's now 7.
Okay.
But where we got around the canal wasn't as big as, and I didn't have the patience to look for another canal.
Okay.
Therefore, Kofi spoke to me about one of his friends called Mr. Dimenu Kapu.
Okay.
He's just a young man.
Okay.
He has a very big dream of big parks and all of this,
Okay.
building estates.
Okay.
So he has about 300 or 1,000 acre land, and he gave it to me to use.
Yes.
He didn't. I'll be very ungrateful to say I paid him money.
Wow.
I didn't pay him a CD.
So the relationship, the networking,
exactly,
help you to acquire the land.
So Kofi got me the land. Mr. Dumenu allowed me to use his place, and we are here.
Wow, that's interesting. So he has discussed with us how he managed to acquire the land, and for you, maybe you have to get some money and acquire or pay for a busa, like where you need to farm and share it into 3. You give 1 part to the landowners and take 2 parts. Maybe that's what you could find yourself in, but there are other ways. If you have the capital to go in for the land too, you can go for it.
I think in Akuse they lease lands.
They lease lands.
I think an acre for a year is just 1.
So still Akuse, there's so much land for farming.
I would always advise any young person looking at us right now that thinks he has the capability of farming. Akuse is the perfect place to go to.
Okay.
Because the water is free, the agronomists are just living around you.
Plenty.
Yes, there are farms around you. Alex and Charles are in Akuse often because they have greenhouses over there.
Okay, so that's where their farm is.
They have greenhouses.
Okay, greenhouses.
Yes. So it's a farm. So they go to the greenhouses there almost all the time. And Kofi comes from Akuse, he lives in Akuse. So you have like 3 agronomists coming in and around you almost every day. So you don't have problems with agronomy.
Wow.
There is machinery, like I said. If you want to grow rice, combine harvesters, a lot of combine harvesters. If you want to,
I was tweeting with I think Alex, and he was like, I don't have a farm, but I'm an agronomist and I help farmers to grow.
Exactly. So Alex has greenhouses they take care of. So we term them as their farms because they take care of the farm. They advise, they grow everything.
Okay.
So Alex doesn't have a farm particularly
to himself.
But Alex enjoys agronomy. I won't lie. Alex is a fun person when it comes to he's a troll, but
that's interesting. That's interesting. So you have pepper farm.
Yes.
You have the watermelon and the melon.
Yes.
But you say you sell which one?
Peppers.
You sell peppers.
We grow almost everything, like cabbages.
You have all those things.
Yeah, cabbage, cucumbers, capsicums, the red and yellow bell pepper.
Okay.
The outdoor varieties.
Okay.
Kofi did a very crazy thing. Kofi grew an indoor capsicum outside and it was perfect.
Kofi did it.
Yeah.
Wow, that was great.
Yeah, the MTN came by the farm. MTN often comes around our farm. So
okay.
We had a garden.
Okay.
Where we grew basically everything, tomatoes.
Okay.
And the tomatoes, Holland Green Texas, they have a variety called the Abali.
Okay.
It is comparable to what the Burkina Faso brings.
Oh, okay.
It's not watery.
Okay. It's dry.
It's dry, it's firm, it's heavier, it's meaty, and it has a longer shelf life than the Burkina Faso one. I am not happy.